Greetings, staff. It is hard to believe that we are already in May and approaching the close of another school year. Since January, I've had the opportunity to visit many of your schools and classrooms and to see you in action within the teaching and learning environment. The work you do each day on behalf of our students and families is truly incredible, and it shows. I've also had the opportunity to meet with many parents across our schools to highlight the outstanding work of our staff and to provide updates regarding Senate Enrolled Act 1 and its impact on school funding. Those conversations have been important, and we continue to navigate both the opportunities and challenges ahead. Today, I want to spend some time sharing an update on the cost-saving measures we've already implemented, as well as those we are planning for the 26-27 school year. I am joined by Dr. Steve Samuel, our Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Operations, who will provide additional detail and context. To begin, I'd like to return where we left off in February, following the work of the SCA 1 Commission. At that time, we presented to our board and we committed to no reduction in force for the school year. However, we have realized reductions through attrition. We also committed to adjustments of programming and shifting roles responsibilities that meet legislative mandates and student needs. For example, math interventions that need to be provided in the upcoming school year. We committed to restructuring of our curricular purchases, and we'll talk more about that a little later. We are centralizing our processes and duties. For example, enrollment is a centralized process. On the technology side, we worked to restructure and reduce our digital software applications and our printing framework. Over the last 18 months, we have reduced 4 administrative positions. We've reduced color printing. We've increased Wayne Township preschool fees, though they have not been raised in some time. We have reduced overtime. We've renegotiated paper product contracts. And we've modified our trash pickup schedule to stretch it just a little longer. And we are committed to ongoing contract review and elimination. Dr. Samuel, if you also can share more of the work that we've done over the last 18 months.
Thank you, Dr. Suggs. Some of the savings we've been able to realize on the operations side over the last 18 months are really concentrated in our transportation area. We have a more centralized transportation facility, and that has allowed us to reduce the amount of fuel we are consuming by being on the road for less miles. In addition, we have larger fuel tanks that decrease the frequency of deliveries we need, also generating significant savings. At that same transportation facility, we now have solar canopies that power 4 MSD Wayne Township facilities: Westlake Elementary, the Grand Hall, the Emergency Services Education Center, and of course, the Transportation Building. Other areas for savings include finding a new vendor for our first aid kits that are required at each of our facilities throughout the district. And another opportunity for savings was presented with our property and casualty insurance. We were able to reduce the premium in that area by taking on slightly more risk for the district. And finally, our retro commissioning work is an extension of our energy savings program throughout the district. This is a lot of behind the scenes work that ensures all the system in each of our facilities are working in an optimal fashion for the most energy savings. In all, we've been able to reduce 53 positions or stipends over the last 18 months, along with the operational savings outlined previously.
For the upcoming school year, we will continue our cost-saving measures, including reducing another administrative position, implementation of a traditional 7-period schedule at the middle school, implementation of centralized treasury for the district, a restructure of our master schedule at the secondary level, and a restructure of the MSD Wayne Township substitute coverage, though many of those positions will go into a grant. We are committing to reducing grant dollars for supplies to offset teacher salaries. There will be a restructure of funding for reading specialists to the federal grant. We will extend curricular materials and reduce curricular materials spending. We will eliminate our secondary study tables, though I will share we are seeking grant dollars so that we can bring those study tables back for our secondary students. We will continue to assess all open positions and reduce as needed as it reflects our enrollment. In total, 55 positions identified for reduction in the 26-27 school year. In total, when you take into consideration the work we've done over the last 18 months and the work we will do in the upcoming school year, there will be a total reduction of 108 positions. I'm excited to share with you the work of our district to produce a monthly newsletter. It's called the Wayne Wire. The first edition came out April 15th. The next edition will be coming out very soon. What's really exciting about that website, not only do we share the amazing work of our district, but we also have a finance page that tells the story of our finances in Wayne Township. Dr. Samuel, will you tell us more about that, please?
Absolutely. The finance page is a great place to go to find out all the things that are included in the MSD of Wayne financial picture. As you can imagine, there's a lot that goes into school finance, and I do want to give a kudos to our Chief Communications Officer, Janine Templeman, for translating all of the school finance jargon into a cohesive story about the MSD Wayne Township and our finances as it relates in the state of Indiana. So we encourage you to take a look at this website and scroll down. As you can imagine, right now, Senate Enrolled Act 1 is a huge part of the financial story for schools in the state of Indiana, and the MSD of Wayne Township is no different. So we begin with some information in that area, followed by how does school funding work? What are the basics of how each school receives funding? And then that flows into a much deeper dive in how we spend our dollars. Our goal is always transparency, and this provides the maximum amount of transparency with regard to how we spend our dollars. Outside of that, we get into some pretty technical topics of net assessed value and circuit breaker. And again, the website provides the Wayne Township story as it relates to those two concepts. And we hope provides an easy to understand breakdown of how those impact us with regard to the overall structures in the state of Indiana. Along with that, as it notes on the webpage, all of those things did not arrive alone. We know there are always additional challenges like declining enrollment and rising costs that we have to confront as well. In total, we really do encourage you to visit this website, and we hope it provides some additional context for our financial picture and how it is unique in the MSD of Wayne Township.
Thank you, Dr. Samuel. Again, you can find that website in our Wayne Wire newsletter, or you can find a link to that financial page on our Wayne Township main page. Our efforts to strengthen and stabilize our financial future remain a daily priority. I want to express my sincere appreciation to our school board for their leadership, partnership, and steadfast support as we work together to balance our budget in a thoughtful and responsible manner. I also want to recognize and thank our staff for your professionalism, patience, and commitment throughout this process. Your understanding and willingness to work collaboratively as we evaluate operational efficiencies and identify areas for improvement have been invaluable. These conversations and decisions are not always easy, but they are necessary to ensure we remain focused on serving our students while maintaining long-term financial stability. While important progress has been made, there is still work ahead. We remain committed to carefully reviewing our operations, listening to feedback, and engaging with both staff and our community as we move forward. Transparency and collaboration will continue to guide this process, and we will provide ongoing updates as additional information and opportunities for input become available. Together, as we move Wayne forward through shared commitment and thoughtful planning, we will continue building a strong and sustainable future for our district and the students we serve. Thank you for listening.